is the young singer who's in the studio with me now, Christina Thanisch-Smith. Christina, 20 years old. She's in her third year at the University of Manitoba, studying, most obviously, singing. And she is going to be the opening slot for the Virtuosi concerts this weekend. She's one of the winners of the Young Virtuosi Artists Series, and to be performing in front of many, many people before the Cheng Duo performs on Saturday. And she's in the studio with me this morning. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in this morning.
My pleasure.
Our pleasure, for sure. First time you've been here, so welcome to the studios.
Thank you.
Won't be the last, I'm sure, as you're just getting things underway in your career. So before we talk about the concert this weekend, tell me a bit about you. Tell me a bit about your background as a singer. And
Well, born in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and moved here at a young age. I started taking voice lessons at the age of 9, and almost instantly fell in love with singing. And from there on, I grew up participating in local festivals and singing in choirs. My education was really great in high school in regards to music education, so that helped. And I just knew from a young age that singing was something that was incredibly special to me, and it touched me. And I'm just so happy that I get to do what I love every day. So,
why were you given lessons at singing? Was it something you were doing beforehand, or because a lot of kids will pick up violin or pick up piano? Were you singing around the house, and your mom and dad said, maybe we should just get her lessons. Maybe she can improve and.
Well, I mean, no, actually. I like to sing, but I never really thought of it. One of my friends in elementary school, her grandmother taught voice in the city, Phyllis Thompson. And she had this great idea that I should start singing, and I did a duet with her granddaughter in elementary school. And from there on, she ended up being my voice teacher for 9 years.
Do you remember what you sang?
Oh, gosh.
Putting you on the spot there.
I
your
wish
first
I did.
Duet.
It was an English art song. It was beautiful.
English art song in elementary school.
Yes.
Wow, so well advanced for your age.
It was beautiful.
Most kids were singing pop songs or whatever at the day.
Oh, that was not me.
That
I
was
don't
not
think
you?
I ever did that, actually.
You never sang pop music?
Maybe in the shower, but...
So you went through high school, and then you started right away at University of Manitoba studying...
Yeah, I went to high school at Westgate Mennonite Collegiate, so I did a lot of music there. I was in the band program and also in the choir program, did all the choirs I could with Vic Pankratz, and then I auditioned for U of M, and it was nerve-wracking, but it has been amazing so far. Studying with Monica Huisman has, I'm beyond words. It's just been an amazing almost 3 years now. So,
wow. So what have been some of the challenges for you going from high school to university?
Definitely, I don't know if this would be a challenge because it's incredibly inspiring at the same time, but going to school with people that love what they do as much as you love what you do. And it's inspiring just to walk through the practice rooms any day on campus and hear the most glorious music being played by students that are working as hard as you to do exactly what you want to do with your life, and that's to create music. And it's an intense program, but it's definitely rewarding, and I'm incredibly happy to be where I am, for sure.
Do you ever feel any pressure at all, or I know you say you enjoy doing this every day, but obviously you'd like to become maybe a solo singer or with a choir. What kind of pressure comes with that as well?
I think there's definitely pressure for sure. To put my finger on exactly what it is it's tricky because it's something that's kind of always there. I think just the pressure that to improve no matter what you're doing, and it's definitely it's a good question because it's definitely something that's there. I mean, just staying on top of coursework, and music is one of those things in life that you can strive for perfection. But if you get it or not, which is a very hard thing to do in any type of arts, you strive for it, but it's not always something that you can get. And so it's motivating at the same time as well, for sure.
What types of things do you need to do to take care of your voice? That's obviously one of the things that is important, right? What types of things do you have to do?
Well, I've always been told that the singer will always have just like a box of tea wherever she goes. And especially at this time of year, just vocal health, getting rest and all those things are very important because it's very easy to get a cold. And for instrumental players, you can still play your instrument if you have a cold or whatever, but for vocalists in particular, our instruments are our bodies. So it's much harder in that aspect. So if you get sick, you have to, practice in other ways, but you can't sing. So it's definitely trickier in that case. But yeah, so lots of rest and, practicing with proper technique and pacing yourself are really important things to help keep that health. And So
tell us about this weekend. You were one of the chosen artists to open up the Virtuosi concerts.
Yes.
For the year. How did that go? How did that all transpire?
Well, I auditioned, obviously, and I wasn't expecting anything, and I got a letter, and very exciting. And they asked me, Virtuosi, to open for Cheng Duo, which I think is really great because they... their music is awesome, contemporary music, and that's one of my passions, contemporary music for sure. I always try and sing Canadian composers at least every year in the Winnipeg Music Festival. Manitoba composers are even better, just keeping that going. So contemporary music is something that really has a special place in my heart. So knowing that they asked me to open a contemporary music concert with contemporary music was just the icing on the cake. So that was really great. Yeah,
I'm going to play that piece in a second. You sent us a recording of it. So I wish you could sing it live, but I'm not going to ask you to. You got to save your voice for the weekend for sure. I just wanted to remind listeners, I'm in the studio now with Christina Thanisch-Smith. She is the one of the young Virtuosi performers that was asked to open a concert for the Virtuosi Concert Series. She's opening this weekend, Saturday at 7:30. If you want more details, you can go to virtuosi.mb.ca. It's called the Canada 150 Project, featuring the Cheng Duo, and she's just been talking about how she's going to be performing some newer music, I guess, to open up the concert, which is amazing. Who are some of the other inspiring singers for you? Obviously, your teacher, Monica.
Yes.
Anyone else that you've always loved as a singer?
Oh, that I've always loved. There's so many. Definitely growing up, Julie Andrews right off the top. The amount of times I listened to Sound of Music at home.
and then sang along, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. I still do.
You still do? Do you go to those sing-alongs have you ever been to a sing-along when they have them at the theaters?
No, I haven't been, but I've always heard that I'm missing out every time. So I'm going to have to put that on my calendar soon.
So Julie Andrews, who?
Renee Fleming, obviously. She's just fantastic. Ellie Ameling was on campus 2 years ago, actually.
Yeah, that's right.
And I sat in on as many master classes with her as I could, and she's just absolutely phenomenal. And to see her in person as well is just, takes my breath away every time I think about it. She's just so amazing. And also Joyce DiDonato, who's actually performing at the Metropolitan Opera right now in Bellini's Norma. So I actually last weekend sat in the car for the better part of an hour and a half streaming the live performance from New York. And just moments like that where I realized I really love what I do. And so...
They were showing that one at the theaters too.
Yes, they were. And she's just fantastic. She's definitely one of my musical idols, I guess you could say. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, have fun this weekend.
Thank you.
It's really exciting.
I'm
really
very excited. Yes.
Again, just one of the steps in your career.
Well, let's hope.
Big first performance in front of the Winnipeg audience too. You've done other performances with the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra and more.
Yes.
But this is solo.
Yes. Yes.
It's going to be fun.
It really is.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. So she was talking about one of the pieces that she's going to be singing, or the piece she's going to be singing. Do you want to set this one up?
Sure.
Let's see.
This is Eric Whittaker's Goodnight Moon, but to the text of the children's book Goodnight Moon. One of my favorite children's books growing up. My parents actually had to buy a second copy because I think we wore out the first one from reading it so much. So this was an easy choice for me to learn. Beautiful music, just all around a beautiful piece. So enjoy.
This is Christina Thanisch-Smith with Eric Whitaker's Goodnight Moon.